The muscle up, it's one of the hardest movements to learn in sports because it demands a lot of technique, strength and coordination. I will show you how I went from this to this in just 2 weeks. I'm not saying I went from a complete beginner's standpoint of view, but someone who can do 10 pull-ups and 10 dips without a problem. It's important to note that. So I learned the technique because I already had the strength necessary, and I think majority of you have the strength but only lack the technique. Some of you lack both, I can't help you that, but first you have to have the necessary strength to try, otherwise you will just injure yourself. So in this video I'm going to share with you my journey of learning the bar muscle up. It's not as pretty as these ones, but it doesn't matter how you get over the bar. If you are over it, you are over it. Unless you do like this. That's called a struggle up. First, it was a challenging process, but I eventually managed to understand it. I hope that by sharing this video, I can inspire some of you to keep working towards this goal. When I first started trying the bar muscle up, I was super excited. But as soon as I tried, I quickly realized it was a lot harder than it looked. I couldn't even get my chest close to the bar, let alone get over it. Here's the first one I ever tried. I also had a fear of injuring. If you do the chicken wing, you can hurt yourself, you can tear your biceps. That's why I tried to delay as much as possible. And when you watch too many fail compilation, you will realize I don't want to end up like this. So this is my first ever try of a muscle up. As you can see, no momentum. It looked like a chest to bar. I tried to do it in a box assisted, and that's pretty cool, even if I am pulling it with my arms, but I think I have the strength necessary to do it for real. So it came to this day, the day I decided to do it for real. I tried over and over again, but I just couldn't seem to get it. It was really frustrating, and I started to doubt myself. I started to wonder if I was just not strong enough or if I was doing something wrong. My coach helped me. He gave me some tips and pointed out some mistakes I was making. For example, I was using too much arm strength and not engaging my core. But nothing worked on that day, so I stopped but not abandoned. The second thing I did was understanding the movement. I started watching loads of videos. I'm a visual learner, and this time, with all the knowledge I absorbed from YouTube, I tried to conquer the bar, but it wasn't happening. I was too fearful. Even when I was close, I was pulling out. Some of my friends pointed out that I was really close and I had just to do the dip when I'm on the bar. So I focused on engaging my core and using my hips to generate momentum. I was using my hips, but it was like a slow motion. There was no aggression, there was no momentum. And I also started doing some supplements exercise to strengthen my back. And after many failed attempts, I finally did it. And I was like, what's next? No, I'm kidding. I wasn't even filming. One of my friends was filming her session and I was at the background. So this is the first ever muscle up I did. I could do the muscle up. How did I do it? What's the secret? First, let's break down the movement. There are 4 parts to the movement. The keep, if you don't know, don't try the muscle up. The press down, it's the moment when you press down the bar instead of pulling. You press to go around the bar. The third, the hip hop, knees up, and at the last second you flip your hip. And lastly, the transition. And when you add all the ingredients, you get something like this. If you understand just that, you will get the muscle up. So aggressive kick, press down, hip hop, and transition. It looked simple when you say it, but it's so hard. So one of the videos that helped me, I will link it down below, and that's what I'm doing. By sharing this, I'm trying to help you do your first muscle up. That's the story of learning the bar muscle up. Took me a while, 2 weeks. It's not too much. When you train all the time and you have the strength necessary, you will pass it, that's for sure. So to conclude, learning a new skill can be challenging and a frustrating process, but it's important to remember that it's all part of the journey. And as we saw in this video, even when things didn't go as planned, I kept pushing myself to keep trying until I finally succeeded. So the key is to stay motivated, seek help when needed, and stay committed to your goal. So if you are currently struggling with learning a new skill, remember that it's all worth it in the end. Keep practicing, and as John Cena says, never give up. So if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down what skills you are learning next, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. I started to wonder if I was just not strong, not